All right, everybody, it's Tuesday morning. I didn't do any filming yesterday. I had a lot going on yesterday, and honestly, my allergies were just so bad yesterday. All I wanted to do was just get my work done and take Benadryl and go to bed, so that's what I did. I got a guy, said he's needing the fridge. Just so happens I have a fridge, so I priced that to him. He said he wants it, he's gonna come get it. We're gonna move some dumpsters today, and if we're lucky, we're gonna take that smoker, that one right there, out to Josh. He's going to cut it off the trailer, put some legs on it so we can get it put on the back of this trailer. But I've got to get rolling on this food truck because it is food truck season and I am missing out. Yesterday was somewhat of an eventful day as well. On top of being sick and running around like a chicken with my head cut off, I also sold my 750, my Ford big flatbed 750 I had up there. If you watched my last video or a couple videos ago, you know that it was being listed in an online auction. Well, I hadn't quite finalized the listing yet, and the company that was listing it posted like a coming soon ad for it, and it had my business sign in the background, and a guy about 4 hours away was smart enough to call the number on that sign and got a hold of me and ended up buying it before it went on auction. So it saved him. I sold it to him a couple $1,000s less than what I was going to reserve it for, and he didn't have to pay any auction fees. So he jumped right on that real quick, and all I'm out is a few $100 to the auction company for their troubles. I did contact them before I sold it out from under them because I was already essentially under contract with them. I said, hey, what are my consequences here? And they're like, you just got to pay this fee. It's your truck. You do what you want with it. All right, cool. So I'm just going to pay their fee. They have some time invested in it, I understand. So it's only fair that they get paid too. But that worked out well. I feel like that guy got a fair deal, and super nice guy. He didn't give me any trouble. My kind of guy, man. He came up here, walked around it, kicked tires on it a little bit, never even drove the thing, and wrote me a check, and I gave him the title, and off he went. It's just what he does. He buys and sells trucks, big trucks like that. So I think that's a good deal for him. Heck of a good deal for me. I got out of it, got my money back on it. I did not lose any money on it, which is a rare thing for me. It's like Logan is the only one at work today. I don't know if you can see his truck back there, but Logan's like my #1 fan. And I just drove by the school, and I think he lives there, actually. I'm pretty sure he lives at the school because that's the only place I ever see his truck. Today we've got a couple dumpsters to move. One, this friend of mine's got it. We're gonna go pick it up, dump it, take it back to the house that was on fire. I don't know if you remember that one or not, but they filled that one pretty quick, and they'd say, hey, I need another one, so we're gonna swap that out. And then we're gonna take that one to another customer. Man, dumpster season is wild right now. I have 7 dumpsters, which isn't a lot of dumpsters, but to some small companies, they're like, dang, you got 7 dumpsters. Like, just, I don't know. I have 7 dumpsters, and I almost can't keep up with my 7 dumpsters. I can't imagine having 10 dumpsters, just doing it by myself. And if I had some help, maybe, but I do all this on my own. All the bookkeeping, all the work, all the maintenance, like everything's me. There's nobody here helping me or working for me or anything like that. But I am, like, I've got at least 5 people waiting consistently right now. Like, once I get these 5 people their dumpsters next week, I'll probably have 5 more people waiting for those dumpsters. Like, it's just it's kind of crazy, but it's part of it. I'm gonna go around Marty here. This guy just rented the dumpster from me recently. Hello, Marty. But yeah, it's wild. I'm on the fence if I should take that money. I just sold that F750. I'm like, maybe I should take that money and go buy some more dumpsters. But I'm like, golly, like the stress and anxiety level of it right now, of me just trying to keep track of it, is something else, and I can't imagine if I add 2 or 3 more dumpsters to that mix. And I'm also afraid to go spend that money on more dumpsters just to, you know, maybe I'm just in a busy moment right now, and then in a month am I just gonna have 5 dumpsters just sitting empty? Because like all winter most of my dumpsters just sat. Like I rented one here and there. Like dumpster business is not great over the winter, but I was still pretty new company at the time. Man, my poor lot is looking kind of sad. It's empty. All that's here is, you know, that's my new truck. This is my old truck. I parked it, I tucked it up against the fence here. Let me just get out and show you. All right, yeah, things are looking kind of empty around here. Once I get this truck out of here, there won't be anything in the lot right here. I've got my backup truck there. I kind of tucked it in up against the fence over here. That way it's just out of my way. You know, when I'm getting trailers and stuff in and out of here. I got my big box trailer here. We're gonna pull that out, and my poor lot is looking sad right now, but somebody's gotta keep in mind the fact that at some point I may have to put 7 dumpsters back in this lot. You know, if they're not rented out, they gotta go somewhere, and that somewhere is here. That's why I have this lot. Man, I love this truck. All right, well, we're gonna not quite yet. As I said, get fuel. I don't go to the gas station as much with this new diesel. It sure doesn't guzzle through the fuel like my old gasser. So, quick story. That guy that wants to buy my refrigerator, ironically, is the same gentleman that bought my old food trailer. Probably last fall. I sold my old food trailer, which you guys don't really know anything about that one. And then I bought the one that I'm working on now. But he just posted on this big food truck page that I follow on Facebook. He's on there a lot of times promoting his business and asking questions and stuff, which is what everybody does. He just posted on it, he's looking for a commercial refrigerator, and I was like, hey buddy, remember me? I got one. And he's like, yep, I want it. He said, I'm on a budget. He said, you know, hey, starting the food truck, it is not something to do if you can't afford it. And he's like, hey, you know, kind of broke right now. And I was, hey man, just name your price. You know, tell me what you're comfortable with. This thing needs a new home. So he made me an offer. I said, you got it, come get it. And then actually I was like, if you got something to trade me, let's see what you got. So what the heck? All right, let's go get some dumpsters. All right, we're here to pick this one up. I'm gonna get backed up to it and get out of here. See if she'll roll. Oh yeah, ground's hard enough, it'll pull it on the grass. Sometimes these back wheels will dig in. It looks like the ground's dry enough, it's actually working. Bring her down just a little bit. I like to stop winching right there sometimes and just get this thing leveled out once it'll pick it up. Then my winch doesn't have to work so hard to pull it up in the air, and then I can just pull it straight forward instead. Up there. I like to leave it up just a little bit so it keeps tension on it. Sometimes if I come down all the way, it'll loosen up a little bit. And then snug it up just like that. Take it the rest of the way down. That away. Safety chain hooked up. So that's locked in good. That locks on both sides. Safety chain for safety. That's latched. I double checked. Tarp it up. I like to, so when I go down, I don't know if you can see it up there, it gets a little slack. I like to snug it back up just a little bit. It just helps keep it tighter. And then I'll probably just go ahead and throw my rope over it. Because this thing gets to flapping in the wind sometimes. If there's a lot of trash in there, it'll pull tight over the trash. If the trash is, I think the trash is only up to about here right now. So there's just a lot of, the tarp's just gonna be flapping around. So I'll put a bungee cord all the way over it. That'll just hold everything nice and tight. First we put that away so we don't drop it. This little guy right here. I gotta find a better way to store this thing because it's tangled up every time I get it out. This hooker there. And then just toss that over. And sometimes I'll just hook it right around that and then come down and just find somewhere to hook that. That always seems to be a good spot, so that'll hold that down pretty decent. Make sure my camera is nice and clean. I'm gonna build I'm gonna have a brace put over that, so because all my trash comes out and just hits my camera right now. All right, I think we're good to go. This afternoon we're getting 2 new front tires. So that'll be exciting to have new front tires finally. Gosh dang, those things are like, I think they're like $400 a piece for 2 freaking tires. So I only got 2. I still need 4 more on the back, but those are just gonna have to wait. All right, we stopped by the shop here at Randy's. I got my bill paid. Wild deal. I owed them money and they owed me money. You'd think you'd just do a trade out, but there was a money difference and I own a couple businesses, so I had to pay them a bill out of one business and then they had to pay me a bill owed to another business. So we just stopped by and swapped checks. But back on the road, heading to landfill, and then we're gonna go swap them out. Alrighty, made it to the landfill. I think this dumpster's only got about 1,200 pounds in it. Not bad. It's crazy because in my camera there's a really bad glare on that, but in my GoPro. But looking at it from my point of view, I don't see that glare. Locked. really need to get my tool holder fixed. Oh boy. Got lost my sunglasses. Oh, terrible. All the longer this cord is on this thing, but I keep thinking I'm just going to hang it right there and then I can just reach in here and work my buttons. I hope it all came out. Looks like a bunch of trash. See, right now it'd be handy just back. Brand new dumpsters are getting pretty rough looking already. I don't know what I can do to prevent that. Thing's tight. Alrighty, back across scale to the next customer. Just about pull up on this job, get it picked up. Shouldn't be too bad. This guy uses me whenever he needs dumpsters, and he knows the rules, he knows there's limits, he knows if it's overweight, he knows there's fees. Like, this is my kind of guy, man. He just gets it. Looks like they're probably all here working. Let's see if we can get this thing unloaded in the driveway. Damn, look at that, just right. Let's go see what we got. Move this tool bag out of the way. Got that thing just right. He knows what's up. I bet it's going to be heavy. Probably my heaviest one to date on the new truck. Tarp that up. I'm gonna throw my bungee over it. Be right back. Alright, dropped off the green one, loaded up the red one, back on the road. Definitely my heaviest one so far. I noticed my chain's unhooked. We're kind of on more level ground now, so we got a little bit of gap there. Quite a bit of a gap here, but this thing here is dangling. I gotta get that hooked back up or I'll be slamming all over everything. Now, when I say I'm only like that, I mean I got a few inches right there. It's good to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people ahead of me. I've never seen a line this long here. I'm gonna be here for like an hour probably. That's insane. I've never seen 6 trucks waiting to dump at the same time. Good grief. This is gonna take forever. Full. Get more. See what we got here. It didn't tear up my camera. $13,280. Once I get out, it should be exactly 13. She cracks me up. She started doing the carnivore diet, so she always likes to talk to me about it, but I mentioned how I actually quit drinking coffee probably like a few weeks ago because it was causing me to consume too much heavy cream. That was my thoughts anyways, because I was putting heavy cream in my coffee, which is carnivore approved, and then I got on this kick of putting a little pat of butter in my coffee because some other carnivore people were like, "Hey, put some butter in it." And the nose itches, I'm sorry. The grass-fed butter is approved for the carnivore diet. So I got to where I was putting cream and butter in my coffee, and I was like, you know what, I just cut coffee out, and I decided to quit drinking so much cream and quit eating so much butter. But anyways, I told her that I was putting butter in my coffee, and she kind of looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, hey, somebody else told me about it, and I looked at them like they were crazy too. So if you've never had butter in your coffee, you should give that a try. We're gonna drop this one off to the customer. It's 2 o'clock right now. I've got an appointment at 3 o'clock to get new tires on this truck, so we gotta work fast because I got a 30-minute drive all the way to the customer's house before I can even drop it. And then I gotta call him when I get there so he can explain to me where to put the dumpster. And then I gotta get it unloaded and get out of there and drive another 15 minutes back into town to get my new tires put on. Hey, if anybody watching this is also in the dumpster business, anywhere in the country, do you have any kind of like recommendation for a software that I can use, preferably like an app, to keep track of who has a dumpster, where it's at, who needs a dumpster, who has paid, who hasn't paid, and so on and so forth. I'm not interested in using a company like Docket. I'm not interested in another company like doing the work for me and then wanting me to pay them. I don't mind paying a monthly fee to use an app if it's a good app, but I'm not interested in paying a percentage of what I make to another company just for, you know, trying to sell my product for me. I can do it just fine selling it on my own. I just need something. Right now I'm using the notes on my phone to keep track of who has a dumpster, when it was dropped off, when it was supposed to be picked up, if they've paid me or not. And then I'm down farther in my notes, I'm like, hey, Jim Bob needs dumpster next Wednesday after Susie Q is done with it on Wednesday. And it's kind of starting to become a headache just trying to keep track of it in my notes. So if anybody has any pointers on that, I am all ears, or whatever, but I'd like to be able to keep track of it either on my phone or maybe an iPad, something I can keep in the trunk with me. Computer software is not really the right answer. Also, is anybody running a dash cam? I'd like to get a dash cam for my truck that just loops and records anytime the vehicle is running, or maybe even when it's not running too. I don't know, like, what are the best ones? But I'd like to be able to do that, and then maybe like something, I think some of them have like a button on them that if something happens, I can just click save on it and it'll automatically save the last 30 seconds or the last minute of footage or whatever, save it to a file. But I'd be interested in some ideas on that if anybody has any experience running a dash cam. Even better if it's like a front and back. If it's got a front camera and then I can run another one to the back just to record all the time, that's not my actual backup camera, that'd be handy. Well, we just got that one dropped off. I just completely forgot that I'm a famous YouTuber now and I forgot to do any recording there. Got her dropped off, unloaded, and we're gonna go get some new tires put on the truck. Well, we got the new tires put on. We're back at the lot. Get this thing parked. Gotta go move another car that I got, get it moved around, pay a bill. We're gonna wrap this video up, so appreciate y'all watching once again. See you next time.